Well, winter obviously is here, which means a lot of snow and ice in the area. It always raises the question, what are you supposed to do with all that snow, especially when it comes to snow removal, when it's on your car, when it's on your sidewalks and driveways? There are some legal rules to pay attention to. And for that, we turn to Tom Sinas from Sinas Dramos Law Firm. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Todd. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. Tell us what's the basic legal framework when it comes to snow removal?
Well, you would hope that the basic day-to-day framework is common sense and good neighborly practices. But when it comes to the law, we actually have two different types of concepts here. We have state statutes, or state laws, as people would commonly refer to them. And that, of course, means concepts that apply to all of us across the state. But then on the local level, we have municipal or city ordinances. And those, of course, vary from locality to locality. And they provide some additional guidance about what you're supposed to do and you're not supposed to do with snow. So when you're trying to understand the law as it is about snow removal, you're both looking at the state in total and whatever local ordinances apply where you live.
Okay, so it's more than just one rule book to follow. You got a couple of places to turn to if something happens. Let's start with the cars. I'm getting to work. I get outside. I got a half inch of frost on my windshield. I got to get that off before I can start driving, right?
Yeah, you do. And that actually comes from state statute, again, something that applies to all of us, and it comes out of our motor vehicle code. We have two concepts here. First is that a person cannot operate a motor vehicle when an object obstructs the vision of the driver of the vehicle. So if you've got snow or ice on your windshield and that's obstructing your vision, you're not supposed to drive. Secondly, the state law goes on to say a person shall not drive a vehicle if visibility through the rear window is obstructed unless the vehicle is equipped with two rear view mirrors, one on each side, adjusted so that the operator has a clear view of the highway behind the vehicle. Now, that's not normally the case with most cars, right? Normally on our rear view mirrors, we can only see part of the vehicle behind us. So that means you have to clear off the rear window as well. So both of those things you have to make sure you do before you start driving. And I know it can be tiring, especially when we get a lot of snow, but that's the basic idea there when it comes to getting snow off of your car. A third concept applies to cars, but also across the board. And it says that a person shall not deposit or cause to be deposited snow, ice, or slush on any roadway or highway. Well, we've all seen this, right? Someone doesn't clear off the snow from the roof of their car or the roof of a truck. And when they're driving down the road, the sheet of snow or the sheet of ice or slush falls off onto the roadway. Again, that's not supposed to happen. So when you're clearing your car, you got to clear it so not only you can see out of the front and you can see out of the back, but so that when you're driving, snow and ice is not falling off of your car onto the road.
Oh, I've got personal experience with that one, Tom. Yep. A sheet of ice off a semi nicked the passenger rear view mirror about 5-6 years ago as I saw it fly off the top of that. It does happen. You got to clear that stuff off before you hit the roads. What about on our sidewalks, our driveways? Where a lot of snow blowing's been happening, and I'm sure there's more to come. Are there legal rules to follow?
There are. Let's go back to the last one we just talked about and apply it to homes. So again, it says you can't deposit or cause to be deposit snow, ice, or slush onto a roadway. Well, what does that mean? It means when you're snow blowing your driveway, as tempting as it is, you're not supposed to be snow blowing your snow into the road. You're supposed to, of course, be keeping it out of the road. But there's another concept here that says that you can't be depositing snow or ice along the shoulder in a way that obstructs what the law calls the safety vision of a driver. So when you're piling up your snow outside of your house, you have to do it in a way that's not pushing into the road, but that isn't obstructing the vision of a driver. And of course, in West Michigan, depending on how much snow we have, it can get challenging to try to figure out where to put it. But we also have local ordinances, and we talked about this at the beginning. And let's talk about the city of Grand Rapids. The city of Grand Rapids has an ordinance that says that the owner of a property or someone who's living there has to clear any accumulation of snow within 24 hours from the time of the accumulation. Now, the statute doesn't define what an accumulation is in terms of inches, but it's clear that the snow has to be removed from a public sidewalk within 24 hours of the accumulation. The ordinance then goes on to further say that if that doesn't happen, then within 48 hours, the city, after receiving notice that the sidewalk hasn't been cleared, can go ahead and remove the snow themselves. And of course, that's not being done for free, because the ordinance goes on to say that the cost of removing that snow from a sidewalk can be assessed against the owner of the property. So you have there an example of an ordinance that may not be exactly consistent in other places, but you probably, depending on where you live, want to know what your local ordinance is in terms of snow removal, in terms of when you actually have to get it off the sidewalk.
Absolutely. That's important information to know. Whether you're a business owner or a homeowner, get that snow off the sidewalk. It could actually cost you some money if you don't. And of course, do the neighborly thing, right? While you're out there shoveling and snowballing the sidewalk, get your neighbors too. They'll appreciate it for you, right?
That's
Tom,
right.
They can get more information as well at your website, right?
They can find us online at www.sinusdramus.com. They can shoot us an email at info@sinusdramus.com or give us a call in West Michigan at 616-301-3333.